Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. No rap song today. I think that's a one-hit wonder right there. 21 listings, plus there's one on the Oakville Milton Real Estate Board. Let's get started. Now, Hasselfeld and Short Read are the exact same floor plans, so they're listed at the same price. It's just a matter of which finishes you like better. But scrolling through the list, this is the first one I want to talk about. 451 Dymott, 514.9. It's 13... high 13s for square footage. I think it's like 1380 square feet. It's got a nice front porch. It's detached as well at 514.9. We've seen detached homes up at the $550,000, $600,000. It's not that fancy looking inside. I mean, they have like a large doily on the table, and there's stuff above the cupboards, which we talked about yesterday. Things on the fridge, but the floor plan is good. Okay, it's a nice open concept floor plan. There's some clutter on the walls here. There's the USS Enterprise too, which is kind of neat. But yeah, this I think is a real winner at this price, even if it's more basic, even if Dymott can be a bit of a busier street. There's like luggage sitting right here, an ironing board, whatever. It's not my call on that one. But you're also on a 34 by 88 foot lot. They put homes up to 2,000 square feet on these lots, so now you're getting a much larger backyard just because the house isn't as big. But I still think it's a good size. There's townhouses at this size that are going for this price. I'd be surprised if it went for any less than $550 when it's all said and done. But it's still, on paper, easily the best deal on today's list. Okay, so for the next one on Duncan Lane, we're going to cue some theme music. If you remember back in the 80s, even in the 70s, there was a show about Simon. And Simon liked to do drawings. And so this home reminds me of a home that Simon used to, or would like to draw in, or maybe has drawn in. You see all these little trim pieces that are all painted white. It reminds me of the chalk that Simon used to do. So I hope that brings back some nice childhood memories for you. This particular home is facing train tracks, which I'm never a big fan of, but they don't seem to be affected by that little negative. They sell for the same price as homes that aren't facing train tracks. And we talked in past episodes about if your laundry room looks like this, there's a good chance the rest of the house looks pretty good too. So nice backyard, almost 100 feet deep, which is a little bit bigger than the homes on this street for the most part. So I think there's a lot of value here at $529 for the size and finishes. So 897 Childs Drive, $699. You're on a beautiful 151 foot deep lot. The house looks terrific, and there haven't been a lot of 4-bedroom nice older homes that have been listed at all. Like I can count on one hand since the end of last year the number that have come out. So you got a nice looking kitchen. The floors are good. The photos look really nice. Renovated bathroom, the basement with a little wine cellar. Like, come on, that's pretty awesome. There's your backyard. Grass plus a pool. Really, really nice. I think this is going to excite a lot of people. Now, the one thing that you just want to be aware of is if you go into the Town of Milton website and you look at the intensification zone, you're going to see on page 16 of the intensification report this is considered intensification zone, right? So you've got Childs right here. Right, so actually Childs is this street there, and in this Microsoft Paint looking thing, it doesn't look it's not the usual professional boundaries we see. Anyway, that's right, so on the north side, so this one backs onto Nipissing, which is right here. And Nipissing is all commercial, industrial kind of buildings, but they can go up to 4 stories high under this growth plan. So that's just something to know, is that you might have somebody different in your backyard. It's good to check and see the buildings on the back end, look if they're a little bit more transient or if they look like they're going to be there for a while. But that's what could happen potentially down the road at some at some future point. It's a beautiful house though. Maquire should sell for more. We've seen even homes a couple hundred square feet smaller than this. Actually, we just saw one about 100 square feet smaller sell in the 800s. So that gives you an idea of what this one could potentially reach. It's not as nice as the one that sold in the 800s. It's a Mattamy walnut model, so it's 2437 square feet. It's got the 9-foot ceilings. There's nothing super kind of awesome about it, but it's a nice floor plan. You get a loft upstairs, laundry's upstairs too, plus 4 bedrooms, and you've got some nice landscaping, good elevation out front. They're going to sell for a lot more than 7. Now you may recognize Barr Crescent because it was listed last week for $659. Now at that point I said, hey, it looks pretty good, but I guess they didn't get what they wanted because they decided to list it for $50,000 higher at $709.9. Now it's a good location. It's right by Hawthorne Village Public School. The finishes inside to me don't indicate that they should be up in the 7s. Maybe high 6s on a good day, but $709 I don't think is the momentum price. And there's a big difference between something that might be justified by 1 or 2 sales and being a momentum price that excites buyers and makes them afraid the next person's going to buy it. And I feel like $709 is not that kind of price. Now, Playfair Terrace is a Heathwood built home. There's all the premiums associated with Heathwood that people paid more for them. They're generally worth a little bit more. Nice area. You got these beautiful 8-foot doors. I really like this floor plan. I think it's just got something different. The way the staircase fits in. A lot of the floor plans, the staircase is kind of pushed off to the side. It's an accessory to the house, but I feel like what's nice about this home is the staircase becomes part of the landscape, and it just adds something. And the fact that they were smart enough to choose the iron pickets, to me, makes a big difference. California shutters here. Just something that's not so linear is nice to see too. So there's just angles here, and there's ceiling effects, and I just really like it. I think, I've been in like the Fieldgate Chester model. I've been in some of the Mattamy models that have this split design where the family room is above the garage, but this by far is my favorite. The one thing to consider though is that the bedrooms overlook the space. So if you're going to run your TV on high, you better have kids that sleep pretty soundly. Yeah, ceiling effects here too. It's just a really nice home. You've got a backyard with higher windows because of the elevation. It's not a walkout, but you get some good sized windows in the basement. The downside of that is sometimes this room is so high that you don't get a lot of privacy because you're actually overlooking your neighbor behind you, depending on how the elevation is directly behind. But I still like it. I think this is a good price based on what else is sold. Next up is Baylis, another very good deal. This is 3,300 square feet for $879. We've seen smaller homes than this in the 9s, right? So there was a home on Story Drive, in Beatty, smaller than this, bit wider lot, but sold for $980. So we're talking about $100,000 difference here. It's a good floor plan. One of my favorites called the Livingston model by Arista, built-in appliances. I'm not a huge fan of the terracotta tile, just personal taste. That being said, it's not that hard to get rid of tile. I did it in my own house when I moved in. Carpet, not that hard to replace. There's a nice little room right off the kitchen that could be like a hobby room. They've got a little phone here, so a little desk. I like the thought of even kids doing their homework in here while you're preparing dinner in the kitchen. And then that opens up to the laundry room too. So got a second story up here with a couple bedrooms, plus there's the 3rd level loft, right? So you've got up here, it's like, I would say it's a finished basement above grade, and that can be great for a home office. Nanny would be really nice up there. Some people even use it as a master bedroom with some modification. And I think the curb appeal it's one of the nicer looking homes that I've seen from the outside in any neighborhood in the new sections. It's a good price. It's going to sell for I definitely think at or around this kind of price. Maybe if circumstances are right, maybe even a little bit more. It's good though. Okay, so that's the list. It's funny, I caught myself in that last listing talking about it will sell for, and I may have done that a couple times in the last month or so. The thing is, as much as we know about the marketplace, you know, when plan hits reality, as Mike Tyson says, when everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, it can be totally different. Sometimes these really good deals just sit around. Sometimes stuff we think is high ends up selling. So the market is the market. Our job is to interpret it and to help our clients make good decisions, but really to empower you, and then we back it up with a real good launch plan to get the word out. So that's the list, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes. Thank you for watching.